Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Beautiful rain coming down. Um, this is my first video on running a country is not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It depends on if if you are the leader or the leading group or whatever. How do you want to run the country? If you want to run the country for yourself, for your interests and for your particular group, then immediately you will lose out. It will not be successful because it's an egotistical way of thinking. If you have an idea you want to help people, then that's a completely different intention. If you are an individual or group, now you're looking at what do people need, not what do you want. So the intention of running a country is most important. And we know, actions are judged based on intentions. One of the first things about running a country is people forget about the people as a resource. People are resources. People make a country succeed. Not the gold, not the silver, not the diamonds, not the oil. It's the people who make that possible to be used effectively. So if you disregard the people, but you look at the resources, then you are blinded by the realization that you are not really, you're actually saying to yourself, you're not really interested in the people. You're interested in the money, in the resources, in the control. So, in real terms, it's not about control. As a leader, as a group, as a individual that wants to help people, it's not it will be inconsistent with being human to want to control. That it belongs to the higher powers, that belongs to the creator. He controls everything. Your job as a leader or as a group, etc., is to serve people. And if you want to serve people, you're going to find out what do they need, or you know what they need, and make sure that you get it. And for that particular approach to succeed, you need to be selfless in the sense of you're first looking at other people before you look at yourself. And we know what the needs are of people. The basic needs of people is food security. People must be secure of their food, the water supply, the sanitation, the the jobs. Those are core features. The family unity, the community support. Those are all features around it. But if you are a leader, the first thing you need to secure is the water, then the food, then the basic, after the water and the food, the shelter, the housing. If those three things are not in place, then it doesn't matter how many policies you write, how many groups of people you get, etc. You are playing a game. You're not really interested in the people. So if one wants to judge a good country, you judge on, is there food security? Is there water supply? Is there housing for everybody? And is there, in actual fact, the sense of safety for everybody? Now, those features are the most important features to look at. If those things are in place, then you can, in actual fact, grow that community, grow that country, because those are the basics that people need. And if you come to the point where you realize that those resources are scarce, and even if it is scarce, it's expensive, then you know you're not interested in the people. Now, unfortunately, one of the core features in Western economics or economics generally, which we know, is that when there is not enough sales, then your people in charge of the utilities, they raise the price of that in order to make money for themselves. That is unethical. That is not correct, because your electricity, your water, your sanitation, etc., those are key supply features of health. And if you can't provide that, you're not really a leader. You're an exploiter. So the first point of of running a country is not rocket science, is to focus on your intention. That intention, is it for yourself, for in control, or is it in terms of helping people? And if you find those two, you cannot really separate the two in the sense of yourself. You don't know whether you're actually seeking to control or seeking to serve, then get out. Don't bother, because you're going to just destroy yourself and the people in the process. But if you are selfish, you'll do anything. But you must realize death is going to come to anybody, and there's an accountability after that. Now, there people say they don't want to believe in the life hereafter simply because they want to exploit the world. Then let them think that way, because you know there is always punishment for what you do wrong. We can see with ourselves. I mean, if you do the wrong thing, you suffer by your own hands. So it's not something that is not going to happen. So your main thing is ask yourself the question: if you want to be in leadership or you become a leader, what are you going to do? Are you going to serve yourself or are you going to serve the people? If you serve yourself, you're going to have all sorts of checks and balances, etc., to keep you in charge. If you don't do that and you are wanting to serve people, you don't need that kind of protection because you're giving, and that is a great grower of the self and of people. I'm going to stop here because I'm hoping to make 7-minute videos on this. This is part one, which deals with running a country is not rocket science. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.